In today's episode, you're gonna see me lose another drone. And it's gone. Welcome back to Stu's Reviews. Now guys, before we begin, if you like this video at all and you find it of any help, don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button because it really helps me and it'll help you see more Stu's Reviews. Moving on, today we're going to take a look at this, the 8807 HD, also known as a Mavic clone. This drone is clearly modelled on the DJI Mavic. It looks almost identical, but in fact is nothing like it. It has a 2-megapixel camera and apparently has voice control. It can range up to 100 meters and can be flown in either FPV or headless modes, and like any self-respecting Mavic clone, it also folds up. So first of all, let's talk about the style and how close it comes to the Mavic drone. Of course, it is a cheap Chinese replica of a very well-loved drone, which is also made in China. So it means that this is just a normal copy of a drone. Anyway, moving back to the point, it does look a lot like the Mavic, even down to the colour. Now I'll put an image of the Mavic here so you can have a look at how close that is. As you can see, they are almost identical. Now, going back to this, there are some differences. So first of all, the folding mechanism feels poor. I mean, you push these buttons on the bottom and you fold it in, which is okay, but it's not the best in the world. But once you kind of push them together, one big difference is that you can't fold the propellers. So they stick out a bit, they're a bit cumbersome and not quite as ingenious as the folding propellers of the Mavic. Also, it's much lighter. Much lighter. I mean, this probably weighs as much as 3 sheets of A4 paper, which isn't a lot for a drone, so I don't have high hopes, but I'm prepared to be wrong. Now, in terms of the camera as well, on the front, you're met with this kind of little thing that can go up and down. Unlike the Mavic, which has a full gimbal on the front, this has a cheap 2-megapixel camera on the front, but it's a 2-megapixel camera, so it should be sort of okay. As I've just said, I don't have particularly high hopes for the functionality of this drone. It weighs as much as a few pieces of paper, which isn't good in my eyes. And as I've tried before, and you've probably seen, most of the drones I've ever reviewed that have been cheap Chinese drones have indeed flown, crashed, burned, possibly killed someone, but they've all been poor quality. And I don't really have high hopes for this. I mean, it feels a bit nicer than the other ones I've tried, and it is the biggest Chinese drone I've tried to fly as well, which could go either one of two ways. It could go well, or I could be in prison by the end of this test. Okay, so I'm outside. I'm going to try and fly the DJI clone. Well, first I'm going to try and work out how it works, so bear with me. God. 3 speeds mode. What's land? Let's try and remember what this is. Alright then. Okay, apparently. Well, currently it's doing absolutely nothing, isn't it? Right, that's done nothing. Oh, right, okay. Right. Okay, well that was rubbish. Yeah. It seems okay, it's not died just yet. There we are, it's kind of working. I'm gonna land it. Okay, I'm not very good at landing because I haven't quite worked out how to land it. So it would appear that one of the motors has stopped working already. If I try and take off now, you'll see, you can see here that 3 of the motors are running and one of them isn't. Whoop. Well, apparently it's now working. And it's gone. Well, it's shit. On to the conclusion. Well, it is absolute garbage. And when you pair that with the price, which is about £40, that is ridiculous. I mean, 40 quid for that. There is only one place this can go. In the bin. And that concludes my review of that drone. And I'll see you back on Stu's Reviews soon.